We'll get this party started. So if we can get somebody else to volunteer, I don't know, my sister Pam, maybe throw a few words out there for us.
Do we got a
Okay, y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for all of the blessings you bestowed upon us. We ask that you touch and guide our committee, that you bless the leadership of the committee and the people that we are reaching out to touch. We ask that you give us ideas, touch our hearts, inspire us to do something different, to draw in more people so that we can be the blessing to the community that we were set out to be. We ask that you bless each and every person on this call and their whole households. And these and all blessings we ask in your son, Jesus' name, amen.
All righty. Thank you, my sister. Appreciate it. Now we got 2 sets of minutes. What is that? March and April.
Motion to accept all minutes as presented with any necessary corrections.
second?
Support. Thank you. There is a motion to accept the minutes as accept the minutes. Properly second. Any discussion under the minutes? Seeing that, all in favor of accepting the minutes, signify by aye. Opposed, nay. All right, motion carry. Let me throw out a little bit that I got. We did meet Tony, Gordon, and Kathy met with EMU briefly, and we did have some beginning discussion, and it does look like, even though it's not confirmed just yet, that we're going to move forward, but we will have another meeting in June. And I even though y'all know I was a stickler about them being accountable for the tap that they did not secure with Chrysler and Steelworkers. But I did not press the issue at this time because they still seemed like they were kind of motivated to move on for the next conference. And so, but we will discuss that even further. Also, we did let them know that in the negotiations for the next one, that we will be part of all the negotiations and not just them, because it's in their best interest to have the best deal that we can possibly have to deal with the deficit that we have from the last conference, which, as again, I'm saying that they were partially responsible for not securing those at least those 2 taps. And, we did discuss some other, things, as far as, the good, bad, what worked, what didn't with them. We didn't go into greater detail because we kind of like pushed that off to the next meeting and see how this is really going to pan out, and see if there will be a deposit put down on the hotel, even though the hotel said that tentative date that we have is open for us to have. And I guess the only other thing that I have is that there were some discussions about board member. I remember Big Top brought it up previously, and also that I received a few inquiries about people wanting to be on the board. And I know the discussion that we had in the past about that, but I don't know, maybe we want to revisit that, today on the either or business or new business, if we want to open it up to have additional board members or not, and what would that look like, how that would take place. I know that the 4 of us will meet with Eastern in June. And so, we will take some insight from the rest of the board, some things that we would need to address in that upcoming meeting. So, but I would leave that conversation for either old business or new business, depending on how you want to proceed with that. That's all I have, other than, let's see, Frank said he wasn't going to be here. asked to be excused. Chapman's and Denise Jennings asked to be excused. And that is all that I have for this meeting.
Motion to accept president's report is given.
Support.
Second.
Thank you very much. There's a motion to accept my report. Properly second. Any further discussion under that motion?
I got a hand up.
All right. Roll with
Okay,
it.
You were talking about so far as the board seats. There was a commitment that was supposed to be had by board members. Does everybody that is currently on the board, did they fulfill their commitments that they made to be a board member?
I am not in position myself personally to answer that question. I would refer that to the recording secretary. And I don't know, do we have a,
To who?
to whom, whether or not they, they paid their dues and whatever else that was required of them. But that would, that would be reflected in the minutes.
Do we need to have a membership committee to keep up with this? Because I'm not sure if we even need to get new board, expand the number of board seats if we have people that did not follow through on their commitments that they made when they were elected as board members.
And I agree.
We could just politely excuse them for cause, say that they are still welcome to be part of the group, but we need movers and shakers, not sitters and takers.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. And I would, again, I in my report that I asked that we address this either on the old business or new business, not the president's report.
Well, I was asking a question under the report, so
yeah, I get it. But okay. I didn't want to turn into a dialogue. I don't know. We would have to do some research, and I agree. I think maybe we do need to have an individual or several or a small ad hoc membership committee to monitor those type of things. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I don't have a problem with that. So
okay, we can talk about that under new business. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Call the question.
Yeah. So all in favor of said motion of accepting my president report, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Thank you very much. Financial report. Frank is not here, and I'm pretty sure he did not forward anything. I can roughly tell you that there's over $7,000 in the bank account, and there is $1,400 and change on the Cash App. Bring this, slightly over 8,000, maybe $500 somewhere around in that neighborhood. So that's a guesstimate.
Make a motion to table the financial report to be explained on the next meeting.
Support.
There is a motion to set the motion to table the financial report. Property second. Any further discussion under the motion? Seeing none, all in favor of said motion signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All righty. Thank you very much. Motion carried. Now it's time for committee reports. Do we got any committee reports? Fundraising. I will add under fundraising that I shared this with a couple of people that's in the group, but I was perusing I don't know, one of the social medias, and I ran across this Black-owned popcorn company out of Texas that was doing the same thing as Double Good, And I said, well, let me order a couple bags to see how it is, because they were doing 50% of sales. And they had roughly about, I believe it was 12 different kinds of popcorn. To my sadness, that the popcorn it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was like, I'm not throwing shade on them, but I just like, I can't order, because even when the plain popcorn is no good, I'm not trusting the rest of it, so.
Oh,
Well, Phil, there is a black-owned popcorn company in Detroit called Motor City Popcorn, and I just saw that he had did the same thing as Double Good, and he actually has a store right on the just west of Livernois on 7 Mile.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. They sell his popcorn in the cafeteria at MAP. I don't know if they sell it over on the ISA side.
No, we ain't got that. We ain't got that. We ain't got that.
So
we ain't green over here. That ain't a go over on my side.
No, that ain't had nothing to do with green, because we've been fighting with the cafeteria people because they don't want to be unionized.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not that, but what they did was they started bringing it in during Black History Month, because they were highlighting black-owned companies, and so they sold so much of it so fast they just kept reordering.
Okay.
So the guy name is Sean Combs, and he is matter of fact, he's alumni of my high school, and I know the guy. So I was going to reach out to him, find out what the his fundraising program was, and be ready to do that for the group. I just wanted to kind of lay off of the popcorn for a minute, get people at least wanting it before we just try to ram somebody else down there,
Yeah, no, I get it.
exactly.
I get it.
So
I get it.
wait, you say you want to you getting popcorn from Puff Daddy?
And I mean, it's funny. It's funny because besides him, I know a white Sean Combs, and it's crazy, then they call him Puffy too. Don't ask me.
That's his cousin twice removed.
But I'll be ready to at least have some information about that on our next meeting.
Let me apologize for being late. I changed over from McAfee to Norton, so I got to do things differently, which I didn't realize till the next. But Walter, that's about 5 minutes for me. It's good popcorn, Motor City Popcorn.
Absolutely. It's right across from the library. If you know where the library is on 7 Mile,
I live at Livernois. Yeah, I live at Livernois. I live at Livernois in 6, so I know exactly where it is.
Okay.
So
it's in between Stopel.
I want to.
Yes, it's right on the corner of Stopel and 7 Mile.
Okay, well,
Okay, because two things. One, I want to try the popcorn, but two, I don't know if anybody else is engaged in this, but in my neighborhood, we have this next door Martin Park app. And a lot of it is people's dog missing, the cat missing, the bird flew away. But some of it is good. Like if people are trying to break in houses or we have a big car theft issue. And even though it says my neighborhood, which is Martin Park, it actually crosses the city. So I'm going to try it, but I certainly will put him on as a recommendation because people do that with Black vendors, Detroit-based vendors. And, I think it works out pretty good for them because I lived here. I've been back home 10, 12 years. I didn't know he was here.
Well, he just opened that store up probably right before COVID, but he did have a store down at Cobo Hall. He had a store down there that he was selling popcorn like during all the major events down there.
Yeah, I remember him now at Cobo Hall.
Okay. All right, well, like I said, I'm gonna check him out and then.
Yeah, but check
if
it
he
out, let us
says
know.
something out, I'll put him on next door Martin Park. Because that'll give him some action, because I'm sure nobody put him on there, so I know a lot of folks don't know he's here.
Right. So check him out and let us
Right.
know.
Yeah, go up there
I'll
and
do
get
that.
it. Go up there and get it first before you recommend something that might be nasty like the other
Right.
black people.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, and
So-
then and like I said, I know I'm late, but what and I wasn't engaged in these calls. What are the dues for
25.
AAU?
25.
What are they
25.
per
25.
year?
Yeah.
All right, so and I can send that to you, Phil.
Well, you cash out the nonprofit. You send it, cash out Common Ground.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. All right.
All right, that's all I have for the fundraising report.
Oh, thank you very much. What else we got? Media?
Nothing,
Nothing.
food, nothing.
You suck.
Yep.
That's where them secret squirrel people is.
Hey, and the next meeting next month, I ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
And if it's some kind of, is there any kind of way we can send out push notifications or something like that, Dana, so we can kind of keep keep ourselves on everybody's radar?
Well, you know what you could do,
far as what? I mean,
Walter,
we already
which
got-
I raised.
Go ahead, whoever that is. I don't know who that is.
Siobhan, what
Okay.
you could do, because Phil's going to CBTU, I raised it at the meeting for North Meet South. If you could, get a save the date, if the date's already locked in, see if you could put them out at CBTU and also at APRI into July. At least that'll put it on people's radar. And on the
Suggest,
save
I
the
hear
date, on the save the date, you could ask people to put it to see if they can get it in their local newspapers or newsletters or whatever.
well, I do got something to report. I did ask Phil briefly to come on probably one of our chapter Zoom meetings and discuss Common Ground / AAIU. So we'll have to work on that when we get back from LA. So that'll be some
Okay, and like I said, if there's a little bit of money in the treasury, you can just print up a little save the date card and ask, and Phil maybe can ask and see if they can put it in the packets.
sounds like a good idea.
Because a
Thank
lot
you.
of times they don't build the packets until you get there.
Yeah, I wish I was getting there a little earlier.
We'll reach into them first and see, and then, figure it out. Because
Yeah.
next year CBTU will be kind of late. But if you could do it now, you just want them to save the date and ask them if they could get it in their local newspaper.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
And you can do that on a half a sheet of paper. Because we got a little
Okay.
time to get it in APRI.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that takes care of this month and next month, Dana.
Yeah, so Dana, tell me thank you for helping you to have a report.
I did. I said thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Your comments is welcome anytime.
Do work. Okay. Oh shit, that works. All right. I don't know if y'all saw this about that new speed loader.
Yeah,
Real
we
good.
seen it.
I was wondering if I wasted my
What is that,
$12.
dude? That's your new toy?
Yeah, the speed limit, get my friend right real quick.
You see my text I sent you.
Oh.
Okay.
I had to figure out how it
okay.
worked first, but okay, but it worked good, yeah. So
Well,
anyway, so we got let's see. I think that's the only other thing. So I guess we do need to deal with that in the old business, new business membership. And I know you're talking about food because we're not there yet. So all right, so that would be oh, now let's Corey, got anything related to the conference?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. All righty. Well, there is a and there you have it for the committee reports.
Motion to support committee reports.
Second it.
There's a motion to accept the committee reports, properly second. Any further discussion under that motion? Seeing none. All in favor said motion signify by aye.
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 Opposed, nay.
Aye.
All right, motion carried. Thank you very much. Okay, old business.
Yeah, I got some. Actually, it's the stunts that Siobhan was talking about last time about we are talking to like other people, other locals, and actually we need to get when they get the Stellantis people on board. I had talked to a lot of people at Local 12 because they hardly be involved in nothing. And I just found out the one person that be involved in stuff from Local 12 do not bring it aboard to the other people. And so now they all, I got them mostly hooked up to me now. So they can be on board to start coming to these different conferences.
Okay, cool. Any more old business? Old business. Do we want to address anything as it relates to board members?
Yeah, I just bring up, do we need to have a membership committee that will kind of be in charge of keeping up with membership instead of the recording secretary having the whole task? Or maybe the recording secretary could be part of the membership committee, just so we can keep a better accounting of who are members of the group, and especially the people that made commitments about board seats and what they were supposed to do so far as their commitment to the group.
I thought the trustees was doing that at first.
I need an operator instructor sheet to tell me that.
You need what? I didn't hear you. Your Android breaking up.
I need an operator instruction sheet that tells me that we were supposed to do that.
No, it might be in your past minutes. You got on your phone, so.
Well, we did do it that first year because we sent out those notices to the folks that hadn't paid.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, in
they
your past minutes.
They do kind of fall on y'all. Get on your job.
Well, maybe Shauna could send us a current roster. We'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, because I can also forward anytime somebody pays dues too. So that way you know who paid and who didn't.
All right, you can just
That
forward
did
it
it by a
all
cash
three
app.
of us. Just send it to all three of us.
Mhm. Okay. So yeah, so that takes care of that. Because I forgot about that. That was part of your duties last time. So.
Amen.
So who's all the trustees? Hell, I don't remember.
Myself, Walter, and Lynette.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was Carissa.
Carissa, yeah. Carissa, you right, Carissa.
Yeah. Okay. So, question on your question, Walter. So, are you talking about maintaining the same number? So if we replace them as they fall off, or just not replacing them at all? I'm just trying to figure out where you was coming from, where you was coming from.
Well, if we have a set number of board seats, if we have people that were not honoring their commitment, then we can move them off. And if someone else has expressed interest, then they can put them on.
Okay, so because I can tell you, go ahead, Dana.
We've already been down this road. We had a conversation a long time ago that we was gonna talk to Carissa and replace her because she was non-committal. Her commitment wasn't there at that time, or lost commitment, interest, whatever you want to call it. So that was the only one that we were, as a group, needed to take care of that one seat. So just my opinion, we need to address that one spot and then let the cards fall where they may with the rest of
it. So then all of the board made all their commitments so far as the ads, because board members were supposed to put ads in. Was that satisfied? The number of meetings, if we had a number of meetings that was supposed to be satisfied, have those been satisfied? So it was some preconditions to be a board member, and just making sure that everybody's pulling their weight.
The ads
We just had a conference.
Hey, Walter, the ads wasn't one of the original ones. The ads was something that came on later on. But we did have a commitment that we did say that we had to keep our payments up on tax and the other seats though.
Right.
Okay, let me hop in right quick. If you're a board member, that means whatever we doing, you on board and you helping. If we selling popcorn, you're selling popcorn. If we getting ads, you're getting ads. Being in the meetings, that's a no-brainer. So if you're not doing those things, then maybe you should be a member and not a board member. I'm just saying.
I think you're absolutely correct. Because I raised on the last call about the commitment from the committee. It's not enough to just be on the committee so your name is on there. What are you doing to move the agenda forward?
Okay, so let me throw this out there.
And people have busy lives. Yeah, people have busy lives. If they too busy, it's okay. It's not like there's anything wrong if that's the choice, but to just have your name on the board, we got too many organizations like that.
Yeah, so originally we started out with 42. We got 36 in name now. 36 in name now, but 36 are not active. I can't tell you what the average attendance is, but it's not 36 for sure. And sure as hell is not 42. But that's what we started with, was 42. So that's the reason I was asking, where Walter was going with replacing the board members. Are we going to go run back to the 42, the current 36, and replace them as they fall off, whatever the case may be. I don't think that's, without looking at the bylaws, that's clear in the bylaws. Because I originally, I remember saying that it was just us and that was it,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if the board, if the number of seats were the original number of seats, then that should have been
Yeah, you dropped off, Big Walker. You gotta say it again, Walter.
Tighten up your string, Walter. Your string pin and fell off.
If there are some people that have expressed interest in being on the board, then we need to come up with some type of interview system or something like that so that they can be vetted and we can either say that they can be on the board or not. Or election or however we need to do it.
So why don't the trustees come together and make a recommendation to everybody and we can vote on it and talk about it?
Amen.
Since that falls in their bailiwick.
I like that idea.
Well, I mean, the so far as the number of board seats, that wouldn't be a trustee thing. Membership would, but if we elected so many people, then that's the number of people that needs to be on the board.
Okay, but once again, why can't the trustees make that discussion, say that, and whatever else they want to say and make a recommendation to the rest of the board?
Yeah, I mean, we can do that. Me and Walter, I don't know about Carissa, but me and Walter, we can talk about it, have a meeting, meeting about it.
Okay, we can talk about it, but like I say, if we had 19 board members and 2 or 3 of them fell off, then we need to go back up to 19. That's what I'm saying. So if the people, all of the people on the board had to be elected, so they ran, however we ran under Slade or whatever, I don't know how we ran, but we had to be elected. So we were elected to be on the board. So then that number of people that elected should be the number of people that's on the board.
Okay, we got 2 different things now. We got everybody here is a board. Then we have the officers. And the officers that are on the board that fall off now, we would have to elect another officer to replace them. But we're talking about not placing anybody as an officer, but placing a person as a like e-board at large. That's basically what we all are. And then you have the officers, just to make that clarity.
Okay. Okay.
All right, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not looking for no motion for that. So, any more old business? If there's anything that that comes to mind that as it relates to the conference?
So like the next month's meeting, are we gonna talk about like the fundraisers for next year, the next conference?
Yeah, we should.
All right.
Yeah, because I mean, by then we should have a definite commitment from Eastern, about the deposit down on the date for the hotel. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, because I know some discussions about a golf outing.
Yeah.
And some other things for next year.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I think that's a good idea. For me, a year out is a good time to start working on everything. So next month would be ideal to to get the ball rolling. And whether we're gonna do the golf outing, which I think we should do, the academy. I think that's going to be a draw. I think Pam was right about going and getting the youth involved. I think that's crucial because some of these kids that are coming up in these facilities now have no clue about unions and labor and all that. And I think that's a good way to go. Yeah. Okay, Dana.
I had a couple of notes on next year going forward. We need I think we had too many coordinators on the stage, too many people. You had Corey, Cleo, and you had Gordon. I just from what I see, my opinion, if we got a senior conference co-coordinator, he should let the other 2 people do their thing and say, like Gordon, for example, should be the event coordinator of the event. He should be sitting back with a red card going, red card indicating to Cleo or Corey, you got 5 minutes to wrap it up. So we can be on time. You need that coordinator there so to keep the time frame moving on the conference so we can get the people to the classroom. What was that? Oh, we just need somebody, an event coordinator to do time management when we up there, when somebody's speaking, so they know when to wrap it up so we don't go over because, a lot of people said, they would like to have a little bit more time, the best they could in class. And if we got 4 or 5 speakers and we doing awards, we doing this, we got to stay on track and on time. And then usually when you have a big event, you do have an event coordinator, time management person that takes care of that. That's all I got for right now.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else?
I'm not sure where you guys are on the agenda. I just got on because I had another event. So I do apologize. If anyone has any ideas for me concerning the upcoming conference, I would suggest that you email me directly at gpatten531@gmail.com.
Okay. Yeah, we were in old business and we were hashing out.
Yeah, I apologize. Like I said, I just got on and
okay. No problem.
Just want to let y'all know that.
A lot of people is missing. Okay, do you have any old business that as relates to the conference or anything?
It's been rocking today. The country soul food. Y'all to get ready to see me.
I take that as a no. All right, new business.
Somebody need to mute their phone.
Yeah, I got something under new business. I don't know if it should come under new business or more for the conference. Both Elise and Skip had, when they took over running Black Men in Unions in Michigan, they already had people who were connected, and recruitment really wasn't hard. You just kind of had to put the name out there and it happened. But having done the first one, I remember how tough and what a heavy lift recruitment is, particularly if you're interested in getting folks outside of the UAW. So I certainly don't want to chair the committee because, as I've said on many occasions, I enjoy being retired. But if somebody else will chair the committee, I will help them reach out to at least the top 10 or 12 biggest unions. I know in Michigan, you start out with the UAW, then you got the Teamsters, and you got AFSCME and SEIU. So, and of course, the building trades. So I certainly don't want to chair the committee, just like, but I would certainly help them in trying to figure out where we should go to expand the recruitment for the conference. So whoever chairs it, know I got your back, but I certainly don't want to be the chair.
Okay.
So I don't know if that should be under the conference stuff or if it could be before, but it's about expanding the recruitment for the conference.
Devon, you and I will be talking coming up. I will take that on.
Okay, Gordon?
Yes, ma'am. That's me.
Okay, good deal. All right,
Yes, ma'am.
so now we're coming up. Are you going to CBTU, Gordon?
No, ma'am. No CBTU this year.
Okay, so but we're coming up on Memorial Day, so why don't we look to talk, say, the first week in June?
That works for me.
Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through the old files that I do have and see, who was most responsive. UFCW comes to mind too, but I'll identify the biggest 8 or 10 unions by the time we get started, and then we can figure out who we want to talk to, where, all of that. Okay, good.
Is Rick Blocker
That'll be
still
good,
working
Gordon.
is Blocker still working with UFCW? Rick
I
Blocker?
thought it was somebody told me he was retired.
Rick
retire?
Blocker is retired. He's the 14th Congressional District Chair at the moment, but with
Okay.
redistricting, I think that will expire in January.
Got you. All right.
But you know what? Having come from UFCW, he should
You
still
got some
have
contacts.
some
for sure.
connections there.
For
And
sure.
we
Yeah.
can reach out to
Absolutely.
him.
Mhm.
We can definitely reach out.
And you know, Joe, I'm sorry, Joe from 951. Joe What's-His-Face used to always teach at Black Men in Unions. I know he's passed, but we should probably also look into that local, because he always came, he always brought people, at least when I was there. Rick was down here in Detroit with 876. 951 is primarily Myers.
Okay.
Rick would have been primarily Kroger's, and well, we don't have Farmer Jack anymore. Oh Lord, I've been retired
I
a
think it
while.
was Myers too. It's Kroger's and Myers.
No, Myers is 951. Kroger's would be 876. They're two different locals. Because 951 was pretty much only Myers. I don't know who else is organized. And I know Kroger's is 876. And I'm not sure if, I think Costco has some union employees, and so does BJ's. But I have no idea if they're with either local or different international. But Joe, I can't believe, that's what happened when you get old. Now I'm at the end of menopause. I got menopause brain, but I can't think of Joe's last name. But I know he was a recording secretary. He was secretary treasurer, local 951 UFCW. And I want to say they're headquartered around Grand Rapids or whatever, but they were the ones that represent Myers.
Okay.
And we also can probably reach into Alberta. Alberta was 876. Now she's a federal mediator, but she had a lot of connections with UFCW across the country. I remember very clearly, yeah, she had connections with the big UFCW locals in New York and New Jersey. And UFCW traditionally has a Black VP over civil rights, so we probably should figure out who that is.
Right.
Okay, all righty. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. Any more new business? Okay,
Well,
good.
the only other thing I had, you know me, is that there were a couple of things that I once again would be willing to work on, because I talked about the last meeting we had, doing some things to make sure that the AAU conference, that the AAI conference stands out separate from Michigan's conference. And so I certainly would like to work on that. Hopefully, you know, we can engage Skip and Elise also, but whoever else wants to work on that, because I think it's important, you know, we had the first conference and it was successful. As many challenges as you may have had, in many ways, it was very successful for your first time out. But to me, now it's important to make sure this conference stands out, so that this is not a different version of Michigan's conference, but it's its own conference. And I believe, I'm telling you, that there is not any place in the country in terms of labor education where they do workshops that are a little more advanced. I certainly believe, like Walter, you gotta have the beginning and the basics, but you also have people who come to a lot of conferences. So what's the next step? And I would like to be involved in helping figure that out. so that there's different things people come to our conference for than they would get at Michigan. So I'm wide open for that, and whoever else would like to work with it. And I think it'll help with recruitment, the fact that it's different.
Right. Okay.
Let me just mention that all that is encompassing Sister Siobhan. And again, when we have our conversation, and I'll reach out to anybody else who wants to join in. And I want to do something like I guess a planning meeting, so to speak, you know, where again, some other ideas can be brought up and we can adjust and make our conference again, our own, and make it unique. So again, there'll be an opportunity for that coming up real soon.
Good. And like I said, it would be great to include Elise and Skip, because having done the conference for so long.
Absolutely. I want to tap into all the knowledge that we can. And obviously, you know, along with yourself, you guys are the pinnacle of again, these conferences. So that's going to happen. That's in order. Absolutely.
And the other person I think we can tap into easily is Sherman Henry, who Sherman's life is still kind of crazy as it relates to Morehouse, but Sherman is very much involved in the African ABSI, African American Black Strategist Initiative. And they're slowly but surely starting to go national, and they want to be engaged in particular in Black folks who work and setting an agenda to make that work better and help Black folks have a stronger voice in that agenda. So I think Sherman would be very, very helpful. Besides the fact he comes from the South, he's worked in the Northwest, and he's like one of the brightest people that I've met in a long time. And that's not a compliment I give easily. So I think to engage Sherman and perhaps also engage ABSI, once again, is good for the conference, is good for recruitment, and is good for helping us stand out. I'm not suggesting we partner with ABSI. I'm just saying that we should probably figure out a way to engage them as it relates to the conference, be it a workshop or whatever, because they do a lot of research. They got a lot of talented people, but they don't necessarily always know about unions. So outside of Sherman. So I think that's something to put also on the agenda, Gordon, to talk about, and it involves Sherman.
All right.
Absolutely. Okay. If there's nothing else, we can move on to good and welfare. And I will ask Siobhan to kind of update us on North meets South a little bit since Kathy's not here.
Yeah, we had a fantastic meeting Wednesday. I'm so excited. We're going to be partnering with Savannah State. Although the conference is going to be in Atlanta the next year, maybe, I think Kathy might have made a 2-year commitment, but the young woman that we're going to be partnering with, first of all, she very much like Kathy. She got 15 jobs. But a couple of the things she does at Savannah State, she's an accountant and IT person by profession. So I don't look for any of those problems we have with registration to surface again, because she'll be able to nip that in the bud. She doesn't know much about unions, but she got the gist of what we want to do. She looked over the rough draft of the memorandum of understanding. She's used to doing that. She's over the wing of Savannah State that is their foundation. So, you know, she already knows how to deal with us in financial. She's looking forward to it. She also wants to make sure that even though they'll have to bust them up to Atlanta, they want to have a good, solid showing of students who can, you know, go to workshops and learn about the labor movement and all of that. So it was just refreshing to be at a meeting we didn't have the problems that we had in the past. Let me just say it like that, because I'm trying to be a big girl and get past that bullshit. So I'm really excited about this partnership we're going to have with Savannah State. And eventually we may end up in Savannah, but at least for the next 2 years, we know we'll have this commitment in Atlanta.
Okay, anybody else got good and welfare?
Oh, and the dates are the 8th to the 12th of February. Yeah, I think that I've been talking to Kathy about it. She's hooked into John. You know, you had the young man that was killed in Grand Rapids, which was totally complete bullshit. Now we just had the boy that killed all the black folks at the black grocery store yesterday. As I was coming on the call, they were talking about a shooting that happened in a church. I pray it's not a black church, but my feeling is it probably is. So what John is gonna do is properly train people on civil disobedience. I think that's something that we'll need to incorporate in our workshop. We already got John, who's a master of it, because he was mentored by Reverend James Orange, who was one of Dr. King's disciples. But I think we have to figure something out, because not enough people, you know, they come up with the outrage, they get in the streets, but what's gonna happen? What do we do to keep them from marching to burning up buildings? There's gotta be that middle place. We gotta figure out how to harness this energy. And I know everybody in this call got more than enough to do, but it's something we need to talk about and make suggestions about, because you can't, the energy that people, the way people respond is wonderful, but what is the plan? One of my personal peeves, I hope I don't offend anybody, with the Million Man March was not about the Million Man March. I was so happy. I was in tears when I woke up that morning and saw them brothers there. My problem was, what was the plan when they left? And what was the accounting for the money? If you want to be credible and you want to, you know, move an agenda that improves the plight of Black folks, there's certain kinds of things you got to do. So all that energy around Million Man March, with few exceptions, was lost, because they didn't give them like a handbook to say, okay, now when you go home, everybody do these 2 things, or everybody do these 3 things. It was all kind of gray. And so a few people went home and did a few things for a little while, but 20 plus years later, what do we really have to show for that? Historic event, moving event. So I would just think that, you know, when we see this, while we're all outraged, we all need to be thinking about what's an action plan and how do we move people beyond their anger into action, especially young people. They got a lot of energy. They're in the streets for hours. So that's just my little editorial.
Okay, Shauna.
Oh, I mean, I was just trying to get the dates again for BMIU Meet South. That's all.
Oh, it's gonna be in Atlanta at the West in February 8th through 12th. So people will come in on Wednesday, and if all goes well, we'll actually finish Saturday night so that people can use Sunday as a travel day. I don't know, because I just got the calls out. I got to start harassing people this week. But much like the next AAI conference, I'm pushing to get both Greg Mathis, who I've known almost 40 years. We started out as Young Dems together, and Congressman Benny Thompson, who was a Black congressman out of Mississippi, the only one, and has 100% labor record, gets us completely. And he's also over the committee I guess it's the Judiciary Committee, investigating January 6th. of 2020. So I'm trying to lock one or both of them in for both North meets South and for our conference. So as soon as I get dates, I can have a better conversation for June of next year.
All righty.
Because both of them are powerful speakers and also will be attractive to people to come and hear.
Absolutely. Yeah. Dana, you got anything?
Motion to adjourn.
Let's say good and welfare.
Oh, my bad. I'd just like to thank everybody that said well wishes about my daughter graduating from Kennesaw State this past Wednesday. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now motion to adjourn.
Of course.
There's a motion to adjourn, probably second. Won't be no discussion. All in favor say motion, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carried. Thank you very much.
Peace out.
All righty, until the next time.
All
Sorry,
right.
I was tardy to the party, y'all. I got caught up binge watching something on Netflix and I lost track of time.
Okay, you absent.
You know you allowed, baby. Things happen, Tina.
Hey,
Y'all
it's
leave,
not
y'all
often.
leave my Tina alone.
See, y'all heard my big sister Siobhan. Back up off me.
That's right. Leave Tina and Liddell alone. They didn't do it on purpose.
Linnell is at work. See, I'm supposed to
Okay.
remind
I hope
her.
he at work, because I hope they ain't just wearing that bright lemon color, lemon orange color for nothing.
Looking like
I'm
a
like, I hope that
highlight.
ain't your regular gear, you know.
That's super safety, don't you know?
I'm
That's
like,
super safety.
I'm like, where you at? You in the hood? You in the hood or you at work? Yeah.
I think it's on purpose. Both of them logged in 60 seconds before the meeting was over.
Right. Yeah.
I
Out of order.
remembered.
Violation.
I remembered to
Violation.
remember, and I called him. Was like, "Hey, are you on the meeting?" He was like, "Oh shoot, you were supposed to remind." I was like, "I know, I was supposed to remind you, but
Bill,
my
not
bad.
one
I
of
got
them.
caught up
Yeah.
on
Both of them.
Netflix."
Yeah.
That sounds suspect. Not
we
I'm
one of
telling
them.
y'all, if they
We had to
do
get a
it like
substitute.
if they do it every
to
meeting
bless
for
the
6
meeting
months,
and
then we can
everything.
talk to them.
Yeah.
I
But
I
right
know
now,
you ain't
y'all
eating no
leave
chicken.
Tina
I know
alone.
you not eating no
Siobhan
chicken.
got paid off with a meal today.
I know you not eating no chicken. That's all I'm saying. I know you're not eating no chicken.
I eat no chicken, brother. I eat no chicken.
I'm just like, the Rev eating chicken too at the meeting. Come on now. All right, you're doing too much.
I just want all of y'all to know we are so glad that these hearts and minds are coming together. This is such a worthy organization that has been established to do bright and great things. And we all have those bright and great minds to come together. And I am so glad to be connected with you all. And I just want you to know I love each and every one of you. And I pray that God continues to bless each and every household, each and every home and families, and definitely our health and strength, that we continue to do great things together. And I'm looking forward to great years to come. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Amen.
Hey, Linnell. Linnell.
Yes, sir.
I already told your wife that y'all need to come get these plants, so I'm throwing them out. It's warm. They're gonna be on the curb.
No. That's God's creation. You can't put them on the curb. I'm coming. We're gonna
kicking
come
it
get
to
them.
the curb. I'm kicking. All right, don't come get them. See what happens.
We're coming to get them.
All right, I done told you.
Hey, you know what? I know that we're already adjourned, but I just thought about something, Phil. There's a group here called Pingree Detroit. And what they did, has anybody else heard of them?
Sounds
They
familiar.
talked Ford into giving them all the seat leather that Ford was throwing out. They hired veterans and Detroiters.
Yeah, I remember hearing about them a few
make-
years ago.
Right, so they make handmade leather, so it's not cheap. So I've been looking at them because I want to support them, and they got 10 employees, and they all own the company.
And I think
And
that all the
then I-
employees used to be homeless or something, or are recovering.
Well, they have veterans. I'm not sure. But what I do know, like I said, I want to buy from them, but $350 for a pair of sneakers was a little beyond me. But what I found out last month is they have what's called a goof sale. And that's where they sew the stuff. The head seamstress is a Black woman, where they sew the leather together, and it might be a little bit off. So what I did is this piece that I wanted was $150, and because of the oops, it was $50. So if y'all can see, see it's black leather with red lining, and it's beautiful, and it's handmade. And then if I was closer, you could see the little red thread is oops in the corner. So if I don't show it to you, you don't see it, but it knocks it down, to $50 instead of $150. So anyway, I thought it was a worthwhile cause. Black folks are working there, veterans is working there. And you just don't find places to make handmade leather anymore. So it's called Pingree Detroit. You guys can see it online.
Oh, okay.
And maybe we can even figure out, if they have some cheaper stuff, how to get them to be a vendor at the next conference.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm late, but I'm here.
Okay.
Oh,
See,
Lord.
we ain't the only ones.
Listen.
I mean,
let me tell
you after it was adjourned.
I know,
Yeah,
no, I
the
did.
meeting's
I
done.
got in on the prayer. I got in on the prayer.
Oh, that was after the adjournment.
But I got in on the prayer.
Yeah, that was at the adjourned prayer. That was after
Yeah,
the
but listen
adjournment.
here, wait a minute. I needed the prayer.
Yeah.
No, he
Got
was kissing up because he didn't want to. He didn't want to be a mark AWOL. So that wasn't really a prayer. That was like, I love each and every one of y'all. Please don't mark me AWOL.
Well, I can play with y'all for a few more minutes because my goddaughter, who's gonna be 40 this year, which makes me want to cry, had a baby and they're in Atlanta. So what we decided is 2 or 3 nights a week at 8 o'clock, I'm gonna FaceTime the baby and read her a bedtime story.
Oh, that is so sweet.
So she can recognize my voice and my face.
Yeah. Well, you good at taking care of other people, but you ain't took care of me yet.
Still, look, it ain't from lack of trying. Matter of fact, I got your damn name written down tomorrow. So before the end of the week, you gonna get that done and you gonna leave me alone. I don't like when people talk about me like that.
That's right. That's telling.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to fix it.
Well, I don't mess with nobody now unless they ain't got their SHIT together.
Right. I got my shit together, but I'm chasing a person who crazy. But anyway, I got a commitment for this week. So as soon as I tie that down tomorrow, then I will call you and see what's good for you. You have to come into the city. I mean, you have to come into Berkeley.
You act like
which is
okay. You talking about somebody take a 4,000-mile road trip every year? Going down there,
Okay.
that don't mean shit.
Okay.
That's up the street, ain't it, Mama? That's up the street.
Yeah, it is. He do a road trip in a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I got somebody at my door now. Lord have mercy. Still they working me to death. I'll talk to you. Call me later.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
All right. I'm gonna get out here and take me a nap. I got to go to work, but this is my Monday.
Well, call me when you get to work.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, that'll be good. So Gordon is gone already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gone.
All right.
Yeah.
Do I have to close the door?
All right, so I'm so glad to see
Bye-bye.
Tina and Linnell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad I got on time.
Yeah.
It's good to see
Because
everybody.
Linnell, I love you, but Tina is my woman. So, you lucky you in that package because I'm not letting nobody do nothing to her. That's my damn woman.
Mm-hmm.
And likewise,
Damn,
I told you stuck with me now.
And I'm happy for it. I am happy for it.
So stuck and happy.
All right,
No
y'all.
way.
So let me go on and review my little bedtime story. Because you know there ain't no 4-letter words in it. So I can get on my new.
All right.
I have you know that the whole meeting with Savannah State, I didn't even say damn. And I made the rest of the team recognize that. They was like, yeah, we thought something was wrong.
Yeah.
So the young lady that we dealing with, I said to her, I said, yeah, I didn't motherfuck nobody at all. First thing she said, Miss Siobhan, I think I need you to come down here and take care of some folk for me. I got you, baby. So
Hey,
all right,
those who
so
cannot accept you and all your authenticity.
see, I'll talk to you for the winter time.
Okay, so you know this was being recorded.
Yeah.
So I got you on tape. Mom said
Now he being
Sunday, May 15th.
Now he being petty.
At 7:45 p.m.
Right.
Now he being petty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real petty.
I know. I'm learning from the white folks. All I
got to say is I'm working on this.
Hey, you
I'm working on this hookup.
My name gonna be Karen. My name gonna be Karen.
I'm working on this hookup for Phil. Now, if he decide he don't like her, I got witnesses. He better not say a damn thing to me.
Well, I mean, you know, and okay, but that's the way it rolls. Yeah, you know, this ain't that, you know, married at first sight shit. You know, ain't nobody doing that. It takes amendment. She might watch too much Snap on TV. You know, have me with sleeping with my eyes closed, open. No, that kind of stuff make me nervous. You know.
No, listen, I took
being in the house be like Mr. and Mrs. Smith or Mr. Smith shooting at each other.
She want to see something to eat in the middle of the night, late in the evening. You know what's up.
Right.
Well, I took her.
Like me waking up like, what you doing?
Mother.
What you doing?
I took them to breakfast for Mother's Day, and the place, a little joint I took them to, it's a nice little joint, 12 Mile and Stevenson, a little diner. They had half-price mimosas, but they wasn't good because my mama drank half her stuff. But this ain't good, so I had to buy them some damn $10 peach bellinis, which of course they love because I was paying for them.
Yeah.
But we was all together for Mother's Day because you know she got a son that's 16 and who'll be 16 and a son who'll be 36.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the 16-year-old, I don't know if you want to feed him or clothe him, Phil. Listen, we had this big ass waffle and chicken, all that. It was good. And I looked at this plate, it was about 3/4 full. I talked for less than 3 minutes. I looked back, that shit was clean. There wasn't nothing on it but some log cabin syrup drops. Yeah, baby.
I'll be out there trying to find me an EBT card while you play.
Because that goddamn boy can eat.
Ate everything on the menu except thank you, come again.
That would be it. And then see, I messed up because I used to take him back and forth to school. And so somebody at school, I guess, was talking about filet mignon. He go to high school in West Bloomfield. So when he came home with me, I got up a butcher's picture of a cow, showed him what it all was. This was several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Anyway, a guy was taking her out to eat, and she took Matt, and that nigga ordered filet mignon.
I know, he was like, wait, what?
And I told him he was about 11 then. I said, nigga, if you gonna eat filet, you need a job. Shit.
Right.
But that's his favorite, filet mignon. And New York strip.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
You gotta have a job for that kind of taste.
I know that.
I like my son. He wanted shrimp and crab at 5 years old. Like,
right. That's like, what you doing? Selling dope?
You ain't getting up
But see what happens.
A plus.
Right, but see what happens with Matt, because his daddy is useless. I'm talking that shit to y'all, but you gotta be very clear. When Matt is with me, whatsoever Matt wants, mad ass get. That partly what he love on Siobhan.
Yeah.
So
They don't have no filet at this restaurant.
huh?
I said, you be going there like they don't have no filet at this restaurant. They got cube steak though.
Yeah, but right, because I said this boy, the way he eat, and he grown. Every time I see him, he getting taller. So you don't know if you can't afford to feed him more clothing.
Whoa, way.
Yeah.
I can't buy no $300, $13 shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why you want to get the goose. Because instead of $359, I think they $189, which I still don't want to pay for no sneakers, but they are handmade leather.
Yeah.
And good.
All right. All right. So love y'all all. And I'll talk to you soon.
Love you.
All right.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
All
okay.
right.
All right.
All right.